What's going on, Hyzer Nation? We're here at Battlefield Outdoors, bringing you your beginner bag. Let's get to it. Here's a word from our sponsor.
Hey guys, Dave here at Battlefield Outdoors in Fort Oglethorpe. One of the largest selections of disc golf, if not the largest selection of disc golf discs and accessories that are available in the Chattanooga area. Come on down and check us out. Excited for 2025.
What's going on, Hyzer Nation? We're here today to give you your beginner bag. First thing you got to do is start off with the putter. Pat, what you got for our beginner putters?
For me, the best putting putter is a very neutral flyer. We've got a couple different options, but my personal favorite is the Keystone. We've got the retro blend, soft, medium, and hard options depending on the weather. Great choice for a beginner.
So with putters, my favorite putting putter is the Prodigy PA5. My personal putter that I use is this one right here. It's in the 200 plastic. It's very neutral putt, very straight, and it flies forever.
Third most popular option for beginners and even experienced players is going to be the Judge. It's in a lot of starter packs, and the familiarity of a disc, your first handful of discs, usually sticks with a player. And I know a lot of people that this was the first putter that they started with, and 20 years later they're still putting with the same putter. Very consistent putter. An honorable mention of the same manufacturer is the Pure, which is also a very straight flying putter. So if you're good at spin putting or push putting, both of these are combinations that will be good for your bag.
All right, now we're on to throwing putters. So many good options in this category. My personal favorite, and I've said this before in my other videos, is the Envy. This comes in lots of different plastic. You've got the Neutron plastic, the Proton plastic, the Glow plastic. This thing is very overstable when you throw it, fights the wind really well, and just all around a really good throwing putter. Feels really good in the hand. Pat, what you got?
I've got the Proxy, which is also Simon's favorite, for a reason. This is a point and shoot disc. You can throw it on any line, no matter what you throw it on, and it will maintain that shot. The most used throwing putter in my bag for sure, and would recommend this to any new player to put in their bag as well. But we'll see who gets that one.
That's right.
And for the third option, you either love them or you hate them. I'm a fan of the Berg. Also the Berg X. If you want something that you know is going to sit down under the basket where you throw it, this is the disc for that. The Berg is more of a point and shoot straight with a slight finish to it. The Berg X is a more stable version if you're wanting to shape your shot a little bit more to take it out wider or use the forehand approach. For me, the Berg's a must-have in your bag. Cannot say how much of a fan I am of the hated Berg.
Is it amazing?
It's amazing. Of the three choices, Hunter,
Yep.
What's going to be your choice to go in the bag?
I'm kind of biased, but I got to go with my Envy. This thing has been just absolute money for me. It's going in the bag.
Yeah. I'm sneaking the Proxy in too because this is the go-to for beginners.
So now we're going to talk about approach disc. Everybody in the disc golf scene, if you ask them what their go-to approach disc is, probably 80% of them is going to tell you the Zone. Now the Zone is a very overstable approach disc. It's very putter-like, so you could also putt with it if you wanted to. But this thing is really beefy, especially for a beginner that doesn't have too much strength in their arm yet. But this is really good for forehands, very torque resistant, and a lot of people love throwing the Zone.
They are amazing. But better is the Yarn from Castoplast. I started throwing this about 6 months ago, and all the Zones and every other approach disc that I'd ever tried went on the shelf. The best plastic, the best approach disc on the market, bar none.
Well, good thing there's two of us because that means there's two opinions. But another really good mention for our third approach disc is Prodigy's A3. Now, they make these in like more overstable versions. So you got like the A3, the A2, and then they also have them not as overstable in the A5. But the A3 is kind of the perfect slot for beginner. You're still going to get that overstable finish. It's a lot thinner as far as profile goes than the zone. So it's going to fit a beginner's hand a lot better. It's going to feel more natural.
Come out clean.
And it's going to come out cleaner. So maybe think about trying the A3. And this one is the 400 Ultra Soft. And I got to tell you, man, this thing feels really good in the hand.
If I couldn't get a yarn, the A3 is my choice. It has a great feel in your hand, a good release, it's clean. And this new 400 Ultra Soft plastic is some of the best plastic Prodigy's ever come out with. Extremely excited to see where Will's taking Prodigy in the future.
Absolutely. Now, we got to say, what are we putting in our bag out of the three?
To take the bias out of it, I would have to probably say the A3.
All right. A3 it is. Sorry, Zone.
Now on the mid-ranges. One of the best options, I believe, is MVP's hex. There's so many different options between the Vision hex. We have the glow hexes, which are my personal favorite. Simon's version of the hexalotl. One of the best runs of hex that I've personally ever used. They beat in to be one of the straightest flying discs out there.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal disc.
Next option is going to be
Prodigy's M4. Now, I've recently gotten the 400 Ultra Soft and the 400 Spectrum M4. And let me tell you, those things feel money in the hand. Nice, clean. They just grip really well. And they fly super straight. You don't have to throw them hard, don't have to torque on them, and they just go forever. Now, with Prodigy's M4, the different plastics, they might fly a little bit different, but the Ultra Soft, man, it's very good.
absolutely.
All right, guys, next mid-range on our list, got to throw it in here is the Buzz from Discraft. Everybody that has heard of Paul Macbeth or Discraft, everybody knows he loves the Buzz, and he's got really good reason to. This thing is just point and shoot, very good mid-range, very easy to work with, and definitely a great beginner mid-range.
My last pick is going to be the most fun of the bunch, and that's Innova's Rollo. If you want to throw some really cool understable drives, or even turn it over a little more and get that nice roller run that can go for days, this will be a disc that no matter who has it in their bag, they will have fun with it.
All right, Pat, so with all that being said, what's going in our beginner bag?
For me, I believe the hex might be something that a beginner might need a little bit more time to get used to throwing with its stability. I'm going to choose the Rollo. The Rollo is going to be something that's going to make you want to just continue to throw it over and over again. What about you?
I'm going to have to go with the Buzz. This thing is just, like I said, it's very beginner friendly, very easy to work with, so nice point and shoot mid-range. Let's go.
And the Buzz also offers the SS version, which is even possibly a better option for new beginners. But the Buzz is one of the most iconic mid-ranges out there. So,
All right, now we're moving on to fairway drivers. And starting off the list with a bang, Latitude 64 Brave.
great disc.
This thing, I mean, you're the one that told me about this disc. And very easy distance. This thing is just point and shoot with a little bit of finish right out of the box. But once this thing beats in, man, it's just dead straight. And this would be really for a beginner, just that you could use it as a distance driver. It's going to go that far with very little effort. So the Brave is a really good option.
Definitely. One of my faves and many faves out there is the Crave, MVP's 6.5 speed fairway driver. It's got a lot of the same properties that the Brave would have. I think the biggest difference is the hand feel. One of my favorite fairway drivers. Nice flip-up shots for beginners. It's straight with a good slight stable finish. Go-to must-have.
So next on our list is going to be Prodigy's F7. And this thing is very similar to the Crave and the Brave, man. It's just going to give you that nice straight flight with a little bit of finish. They come in lots of different plastics. This one's the 500 plastic from Prodigy, so it's a little bit more on the overstable side. But you can definitely get it in the 400 or the 400 Ultra Soft. You're not going to go wrong with the F7.
Another good choice. The last one on my list would be the Diamond. There's a lot of ladies in the club that absolutely love this disc, and younger players, early beginners can get some serious distance due to the glide. 8.6, -3.1. When it comes out of your hand, it's just going to push and push and push and keep going. A lot like all the choices that we've shown, these are very, very consistent fairway drivers that can also give you distance driver distance.
So with that being said, Pat, what's going in the bag?
I love them all. I mean, in
Me
all
too.
honesty, for me though, it breaks down to feel, and the Brave, that Royal plastic is some of the best plastic I've felt with.
Yeah.
It has a cast-to-plast feel.
Yeah, it's very hard to beat this disc.
Good stuff. That's my choice.
It's going to have to be my choice too. So we both agree that the Brave is the one to go for.
Definitely in the bag. Finally, on to our what I can call high-speed drivers for beginners. That category would be your 9 and 10 speeds. For me, that's going to be the Cast-to-Plast Falk as one of my primary options for distance. It has a great glide content, but also the turn. You will actually see an S turn with this disc due to the flight numbers and the speeds that are required to throw it. Ironically, this was one of the first discs that I actually gained some of my most largest distance gains with, and was one of my first 3 aces with the Falk. Phenomenal disc, great premium plastic. Couldn't ask for a better choice.
Man, I haven't ever thrown the Falk, but you're definitely making me want to get one. One of my options would be the Avenger SS. I just recently, about 2 months ago, I guess, got me an Avenger SS, but it was in the X plastic, and it's very grippy, feels very good in the hand, and you will get that S turn, that full flight of that disc. Very beginner friendly distance driver. I mean, it's all around just a really good disc. I've never aced with one like Patrick, but but it's a very good choice for a beginner for sure. My next option, and a lot of people that I know personally love this disc, and it is the Vandal. Now this is just a regular custom stamp Vandal that we got here at Battlefield, and this is the Orbit Ice plastic. Very grippy. It's a real good, almost premium plastic, really.
Correct.
But this thing is just dead straight with a little bit of finish, really good distance, and even as you get stronger and your form gets better, you'll still be able to throw this Vandal. Like, this is one that you won't really grow out of. So this is one of those discs, like, you pick it up, learn how to throw it, and it's probably going to stay in your bag. I personally know somebody in my very close friend group that has like 9 Vandals. That's all he throws, but they're all beat in at different variants.
Shout out, you know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are. And but I had to shout out the Vandal. Actually, when I first started coming back to disc golf a year and a half ago, I did a trilogy challenge at the Sinks, and the Vandal was in the trilogy pack. And at first, I wasn't a fan of it, but as I played by hole 3 or 4, I really became a fan of this disc, and it's hopped in and out of my bag on my journey. But it's definitely one that I find myself constantly putting back in my bag for those good wood shots that I'm in. This thing is just a really good flyer.
Last choice on my list would be the Innova Sidewinder. This is a favorite from the OGs from 20, 30 years ago to newer players now. This disc will give you easy distance without perfect form. Amateurs and even pros, this disc can do so much and shape so many shots, but also give a beginning player a lot of distance. Great flyer, good feel in the hands. As you perfect your technique, you will find more distance and more distance and more distance every time you throw this disc. Definitely one I would choose.
Sweet. Question is, what's making our bag?
I know for you what the choice would be.
Yep.
It's the one you keep going back and
Yeah.
forth with.
Oh yeah.
Mine is the other orange disc, so we might have to just sneak both of them in.
All right. Both of them in they go.
I think we've put together a pretty substantial bag for a beginner.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything that you need to start off playing disc golf, you can always find at Battlefield Outdoors. Look them up online. But inside the store, as you guys can see, they've got plenty of selection, and you'll find everything you need here at Battlefield Outdoors. And this is Hunter and Patrick with Hyzer Nation. Let's go.
See you.